Good morning. Everything's working now. Finally got the recorder to work. Okay, so today's movie review is This Means War. Now, this is a romantic comedy spy film. It was directed by MCG, produced by Will Smith, and it's got Chris Pine, Tom Hardy, Rosa Witherspoon. She got old. Anyway, so this movie is basically simple. It's easy. It's an easy one to figure out. It's just two spies are basically bored because they don't have any job, and they're really not doing anything. One of them calls himself SDR, and the other one goes by Tom Harrison. Sorry. Anyway, so these two guys, they're back in base, and they're riding the desk, and they're going for the local wildlife, we'll say. Then they both find this perfect woman. They bump into her, at the same time, and then they're talking, about who's got the woman or best looking woman there is. One of them's married, by the way. It's usually the way it works anyway. Then they make a challenge or a bet that they want to both court her and figure out which one's the best for her. And they go through all kinds of crazy things dating this woman. One will do it, and then the next one will do it the next day, and then they'll keep on doing that back and forth. It's kind of funny. Some of the links they go to get her attention is kind of crazy. They even pulling the mom card out, taking her to fancy restaurants. I imagine she's having a good time through all this because she can't figure out which one. Then she's got the married girlfriend that's not positive, which is normal. That happens in real life when you're dating a woman. You got to worry about the not so positive girlfriend or sister, and shooting you down before you ever get to make an impression on her. Anyway, so these guys really seem to go all out and chase this girl, and they're spies. They don't get. So anyway, after the phone call that you heard part of it ring, and I did answer it. It was about federal student loan debts. I don't have any, so why would I care? Anyway, so they seem to they spy on each other. At the beginning of the movie, they put cameras all over her house, and basically everywhere they're taking her, they got cameras so the other one can watch and spy. It's a weird movie, but it's also funny because of the way they do it. And at the end, they do all this and get spotted by one of their enemies, and they go through a big old town car chase, rescuing her and chasing the girlfriend off the road. Then she gets kidnapped. The girl they're chasing gets kidnapped. They go rescue her. They drive around town. It's full of action, lots of gunshots. They call the FDR womanizer, and Tom, they call him a womanizer in the story. But they go through, and they both fall head over heels with this woman, and when they get her rescued, they do a car chase throughout the town and shooting both directions, driving crazy. They end up stopping. Turns out the woman is a product safety checker, basically takes all products and destroys them, plays with them, submerges them. So they're chasing her in an SUV, and they run to the end of the road, so they slide to a stop at a bridge that's got a 200 or 300-foot drop, at least the way they look. They did the same thing in Chips, too. But anyway, so they're in a Jeep. They jump out, and the guys are pulling their guns out and jumping in front of the SUV, and they're getting ready to start shooting at him, and they're trying to decide if they're going for tires or drivers. She comes up with the bright idea to shoot the headlights out. So they shoot the headlights out, the airbag deploys so they can't see what they're doing, and then both the guys jump out of the way, and she's got to make a decision who she's jumping to, like a puppy or, a dog, choosing who's going to live with when a divorce happens, at least on TV anyway. So what she does is she makes a stress decision at the last minute and picks one of them, jumps into the arms. The Jeep and the SUV go over the edge. Then, the movie goes on after that, where the one that's married actually goes to his boy's soccer, and the wife realizes that he's not just an insurance salesman, which was his cover. Then, he ends up beating up his son's karate instructor because he doesn't teach the right method, or he's not happy with the right method. Then his ex-wife decides to get back with him because he's more exciting than she thought. He was just an insurance salesman, and now he's the bad boy. Then the other two live happily ever after. So I'm not going to tell you who they get with or why and how that and all that fun stuff. They're just, it's really a good movie. It really is. And Will Smith did a pretty decent job doing this movie. They could have had a little more action and a lot more romance, but it kind of worked out. It did pretty good. They spent a little bit of money on it, and they got a lot back. Almost doubled their money they spent back. So let's see, what did it do? So it went screenplay done by MCG. Simon Kinberg. Everybody wants to know all these names. Now, I got them on my website for sure. So anyway, this was done by 20th Century Fox, distributed, put out by 20th Century Fox. It was put out February 17th, 2012. It ran 186 minutes. United States, English. The budget was $165 million. At the box office, it made, according to this article, it made $156.5 million. So they did a pretty decent job with making this one work. So it did make money at the box office. It's got a pretty interesting poster to it, which you've probably already seen because it probably got it coming in. And, this is kind of crazy. So I'm doing a lot of movies this year, 2002-3. I'm going to get the 52 or 54 movies that would have been out for this year, or 2002-1. Then, since I'm doing those back-to-back every day, which is only going to be about a month and a half, I decided I'm going to go ahead and finish out the year with movie reviews, get through all my movies, and then switch this channel to something else. And if everything works out my way, which it very rarely does, I'm gonna do a fishing show, or find a place to build me some boats, do some woodworking, and have some fun doing that. I like both, so I don't know. We'll see what happens when it comes to that. Everything might just go to pot, and I may not be able to do even videos at all. Who knows? The way society's going, and as much as I've been under attack lately. So we'll go ahead and call this good. And I hate this thing. I can't hear myself, and then I can hear myself, and then I can't. So we're going to call this good, and we'll just go away. Anyway, bye.